Let's talk boxing. What's going on, beautiful spirits? Let's get serious today. The fight is coming. Potential fight of the year. Potential fight of the year. Showtime Shawn Porter versus Errol the Truth Spence. Keys to victory for both fighters. Richard Smith, what's up, brother? Peace to you on a fall equinox. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Keys to victory. First of all, let me start off with saying, Mr. Eric ED, what's up, brother? Thank you for kicking it with me, baby. I miss y'all from that last drunk and high live I did Saturday night. Woo! I was feeling good Saturday night. I was feeling too good Saturday night. I was drunk and the edibles kicked in during our live. I just went down. I was talking about any and everything, wasn't I? Hopefully I made some sense. I deleted that thing. I didn't even watch it, but I was like, I don't know. I forgot half the damn. If I forgot half the live that I did, that means like, okay, you went all over the place, Myron, because I don't even remember after like the 30-minute moment. Real talk. I don't even remember. I was like, okay, I gotta delete it. I didn't even watch it. But first of all, let me share my opinion. You said I'm too sensible and hit the coffee? What do you mean by hit the coffee? Tell me what that breaks down in y'all talk. You know what also? Instead of saying ass, I'm going to start using the common term in the UK as arse. I'm like, kiss my arse. He kicked his arse. And that would do better on the other channel. Because I don't want to say ass too much, right? Because I need to cut back on the swearing a little bit, for sure. But I'm going to say arse instead of ass. I just think arse sounds so much funnier, especially if you're using that word speaking to American public. Arse does a whole lot better. So, peace, unbiased boxing. Yo, I like arse so much better. I was thinking that shit today. I'm like, I'm gonna use arse. So I gotta keep saying it. So if I say it quite a bit, my apologies. Okay? It's just that I'm trying to get it to become, of course, first recall. Instead of ass, I wanted to become first recall memory, to say arse. I want to become second nature. But, yo, let me first say this. A lot of people, of course, has Spence as favorite in this fight. And talk about his size, like he's going to be that much powerful and things like that and bigger. Let me remind you, decafs. Dumb arse, which stands for decaf, stands for dumb arse boxing fans. For all you dumb arse boxing fans, Porter started his career fighting at 165. 165. Gary Russell's a G. Porter started his career at 165. No way saying you're sensible. All right. Next 14 fights, he fought at junior middleweight. Everybody Porter's fought in his career, 85-90% of the opponents was taller and longer than he is. Yet, he is, if I'm not mistaken, 31-2. Okay? Never been knocked out. Only been knocked down once in his career, and that was a flash knockdown to Mr. Virelia himself. Broner, Adrian Broner. Size is not a factor in this fight. He was shorter against Danny Garcia. He was shorter against Keith Thurman. He was shorter against the fight I'm watching right now, Kell Brooks, because I didn't even get to watch this fight until today. I've never watched this fight between him and Kell Brooks. But I know one thing. Porter got a chin of granite. Lions in the chat, baby. Hit that like button. Porter has a chin of granite. Let me say it again. Porter got a chin as granite. His chin is every bit as good as Canelo Alvarez's chin. Those are facts. Those are facts. This is definitely going to go the distance. Unless the hype done got to Errol Spence, which I doubt it. I think Errol Spence definitely has a strong will to win. But, and this is before I get to my breakdowns and keys to victory, a lot of people are still rating Errol Spence versus a fighter that I still believe, I honestly believe, I can't say it's a fact because it's nothing in print, that didn't even want to fight. People are still looking at his demolition of once a very, very good fighter, but mentally has not been there and wanted to retire before he even fought Errol Spence, who was Peterson. People look at that fight and how Errol Spence put those wonderful combinations together and how he just destroyed Peterson and think, okay, this is the man. Lamar Peterson was looking to retire before that fight. That's been documented. He's been mentioned in retirement before the fight against Errol Spence. He only had one fight after the fight with Errol Spence, who eventually he got dropped and stopped again. Some backstory on Peterson. Peterson grew up without a mother and father. He was an orphan. Him and his brother, they was orphans. Peterson's a super nice guy. A guy, I think, like I said in my preview before that fight, which is still up, if it's the Peterson that fought Danny Garcia, I think Peterson would beat Errol Spence. If it's the Peterson that is not focused, super nice, the Peterson that looked at Errol Spence like a little brother, Peterson's going to lose. Because Errol Spence don't give a damn about friendships. Mr. Errol Spence is trying to be great. And you got to tip your hat for that and give him his props. Errol Spence wants to be great, without a freaking doubt. The thing is, Shawn Porter wants to be great. And if you think Errol Spence's size is going to bother Shawn Porter, who a man, Shawn Porter, Showtime Shawn Porter, who beat Alexander Usyk, who was 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" in amateurs, fighting at super middleweight when he fought Usyk, you out of your fucking mind. My apologies for the expletive comment. If you think Shawn Porter is in any way scared of Errol Spence, you're out of your mind. And if you any way think Errol Spence thinks Shawn Porter is fearing him or think Shawn Porter is going to be an easy touch, or think Shawn Porter ain't going to bring it to him, you're out of your mind as well. Shawn Porter was fighting at 165 in amateurs. Amateurs. He fought Alexander Usyk and beat him. Yes, they are, Suleiman. Let me repeat. Shawn Porter beat Alexander Usyk in the amateurs. Somebody who towered over both him and Spence. So if you think size is going to matter to Shawn Porter, you're out of your freaking mind. Now, as I watch this Shawn Porter, Kell Brooks fight, what I do know and what I realize, Shawn Porter was still winning off of aggression. Shawn Porter was getting pieced up. Shawn Porter was getting pieced up by Kell Brooks. Just like Errol Spence was getting pieced up by Kell Brooks. The thing is, in this fight, Errol Spence had a damaged retina, which was, I'm sure, a spillover over the other damaged retina he suffered the fight before that, and off of a loss. Again, let me reiterate. You catch a fighter off of a loss, you're not catching a fully confident fighter. That should make much sense. Hit the like button. So, Errol Spence Jr. caught Kell Brooks after a loss and after a damaged right retina. Shawn Porter fought an undefeated Kell Brooks. On his first title fight. Shawn Porter was Kell Brooks' first title match ever. As they say, it was supposed to be Devin Alexander, but Shawn Porter upsetted Devin Alexander to become the IBF welterweight champion. So for Shawn Porter had to fight Kell Brooks. A bloody fight. Both fighters cut. These right hands that Kell Brooks gave Shawn Porter lets me know, unless Errol Spence is doing that good Texas brisket, that good old Texas brisket, there's no way in hell he's stopping Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter was taking these punches and still coming, and was hardly stopping his stride. Catching them flush, still coming and punching. This is going to be a fight of war. This is going to be a war of attrition between Kell Brooks. Phalanx 220 between Shawn Porter, Showtime Shawn Porter versus Errol the Truth Spence Jr. This will be a war of attrition. This is going to be an awesome fight. And as I watched this fight, and then I watched the Errol Spence Kell Brooks fight, guess what was glaring to me? Your boy, Errol Spence, was fighting wild, trying to get inside and everything versus Kell Brooks, just like Shawn Porter was. Well, lets me know Kell Brooks is a better boxer than both Shawn Porter and Errol Spence. He is. Kell Brooks is an overall better boxer than Shawn Porter and Errol Spence Jr. Without a doubt in my mind. So, the thing is, we see Shawn Porter, we saw great improvement. The fighter Shawn Porter fought after Kell Brooks got better and better. The fighters that Errol Spence Jr. fought after Shawn Brook did not get better. They got worse. We cannot say Lamar Peterson is better than Kell Brook. You can't say that. We can't say whoever the motherfucker, what was his name? Start with the C, Coab or whatever his name, that Errol Spence fought after the 2 or 3 fighters Errol Spence fought after Kell Brook were not better fighters than the 3 fighters Shawn Porter fought after Kell Brook. So we can honestly say that Shawn Porter's learning curve improved drastically after Kell Brook. Because I'm using this fight measure and coming forward. Both of them's fight with Kell Brook. Shawn Porter improved drastically. Was he still smother his punches a little bit? Yes. But his ability to get inside improved. His timing improved. His counterpunching, which he showed versus Ugas, improved. So he improved in his counterpunching. He improved in his measuring, in his distance to get inside. Shawn Porter improved in his selection of punches. That's why I have to give Shawn Porter the edge in this fight, because we can't rightfully say where Errol Spence improved after the fight versus Kell Brook. He fought Peterson, who looked like he just stood there and let him beat him down like a punching bag. So that let me know that Lamar Peterson mentally was not in that fight from the beginning. He fought some guy named Coab or some Spanish dude that we never heard of. He stopped with a little body punch. So his will to fight was not in there. I don't give a fuck how good the body punch was. We've seen Keith Thurman take hell of a body punches and wanted to quit or wanted to go down. Keith Thurman never went down. Even though you saw the grimacing on his face, you saw him run after a good body blow to evade and get away from the fighter, he never went down. That is a champion heart and a champion spirit. That is something whoever that guy, Cabo, whoever Spence fought did not have. He did not have champion spirit. Mikey Garcia had champion spirit, but he jumped up. He did that snack bullshit. It came in totally sluggish and slow like a snail for that fight. Or like a slug. Mikey Garcia had no speed in that fight. And he was coming up. First time or second fight at 147. Not good enough, Mikey Garcia. So, it's hard to judge Mikey Garcia to see how well Kell Brook got. I mean, Errol Spence Jr. got. It's hard to see. So, there's only 2 years separating them. 2 years. I think it's 31 and 29, about to be 30. So it's definitely not the wear and tear or age difference. I have to get the experience or the edge to the fighter who has the best experience against the best competition throughout his career. And that is Shawn Porter. Errol Spence, southpaw, advantage, yes. Errol Spence, great combination body work, yes. But we ain't seen it against the top notch competition at their best. And I mean Kell Brook and Lamar Peterson. We haven't seen that top competition at their best. You know what I mean? So, I still give the nod edge to Shawn Porter. I think Shawn Porter is about boxing. And of course it's about money. I don't think it's purely any of them. I think these two guys who want to get in this fight, it's about legacy and money. You know what I'm saying? Going the distance against top-notch opponents. Add that. So, keys to victory for Errol Spence. I believe Errol Spence Jr., of course, he works behind his jab, and he's going to need to keep Shawn Porter from getting in his gut. Because I have not seen much body work or inside fighting from Errol Spence's career ever. Not effective inside fighting. I have not seen that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him be able to maul and do what he wants with certain opponents. But I have not ever seen him be with an opponent that's like, yes, let's get it in on the inside. SSB 28, what's up? Chris Tan, what's up? Edward Hinton, what's up? Sorry, I was in my shit. Eric Davis, Phalanx 220, all beautiful people. SSB 28, what's good? I have not seen Errol Spence really get in a dog fight. Some shit like Ray Leonard, Duran, which I think that's what he's going to be in this fight. Shawn Porter is not as skilled a fighter as Roberto Duran. No way in hell. Not even saying that. But he's bringing that dynamic. And Errol Spence and Kell Brook was giving it to my boy Porter, and Porter got nothing but for heart. And Porter kept coming. So I don't see Errol Spence no way in the hell knocking Porter out. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? He might unless he get a football helmet and smack him with it. If he get a football helmet and smack Shawn Porter with it, he might get a knockout that way. But not with his fist. Because I don't think Errol Spence has great power like that. Because Errol Spence, man, that's that Heyman PBC crap, man. That's why if Spence take a loss, if Errol Spence take a loss on Saturday night, let's see if his rhetoric and his stance change with fighting Terrence Crawford. Let's see if that changes. Hold on for that. Because I tell you, if he loses to Shawn Porter, and it's probably going to be a rematch then, he's going to have to fight Terrence Crawford. Especially after he told Terrence Crawford to his face, why don't I knock this bum out, get this bum out the way before I fight you? And if that bum turns out to beat him, he's going to look like a fool. Because I'm going to take that snippet of that video when Terrence Crawford ran up on Errol Spence, and I'm going to use that shit for the beginning of all my videos when I'm speaking about Errol Spence and Shawn Porter. I'm going to use a snippet of that video. Yeah, if he fucks up Kovalev. I doubt it. I doubt it very seriously. Excuse me. But if he does beat Kovalev, we're going to say it's because of height, or it's not like tall fighters ain't been beat down by short fighters. Tyson fought when Tyson beat Bruno. Bruno towered over him. Salute to the DMV, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button on your way in, please. So, Errol Spence got to keep Shawn Porter on the end of his jab. On the outside, which I don't think would be that easy for Errol Spence. Because I do believe Errol Spence had decent hand speed. Decent hand speed, but not the best. And Shawn Porter's movement has improved drastically. He can move and get around. He was getting pieced up by Kell Brook. But it's a lot, his mobility, his angles to get inside is a lot much improved since this fight. So I know Errol Spence is going to be ready for that. Or know that. So they have to do that. Errol Spence, again, if he goes for the body, he's going to be going for Shawn Porter's head at the same time. Because Shawn Porter does get low, he's going to come in. So the body attack by Errol Spence will become kind of null and void, in my opinion. Because Shawn Porter will be coming in low and getting in. And in order for Errol Spence to be coming with a serious body attack versus Shawn Porter will have to be stationary to some degree. And Shawn Porter is not very stationary fighter. I'm sorry. He's not a stationary fighter at all. You know what I'm saying? Also, Shawn Porter has a lot of movement. So Errol Spence is going to have to move his feet a lot more than he used to. Nowhere near as strong as he looks. He's not. You know? He just looked physique. We could tell Deontay Wilder's baby brother ain't as strong as he looked. And about this athletic. And we're going to end this thing where I'm telling you, I'm going to talk about how Deontay Wilder is not very athletic. People keep saying, well, he's an athlete, he's this and that. Deontay Wilder is an athlete because he's in the sport. But Deontay Wilder is not very athletic. And I'm going to point this down and break this down to you with pure logic. But Errol Spence Jr. have to keep Shawn Porter on the outside of his jab. He's going to have to, his right hand, well, since Errol Spence is southpaw, Shawn Porter is going to be throwing a lot of right hands, right? Isn't the kryptonite to a southpaw the straight right or something? So expect Shawn Porter to be throwing quite a few right hands, in my opinion. And a lot of overhand rights. He's going to be throwing a lot of overhand rights on Errol Spence to try to get over Errol Spence's guard. Errol Spence, like he usually do, will keep a tight guard, uptight, like he always does. He's strong with his fundamentals, and that is a great thing for Errol Spence Jr. But I do believe this fight is going to be on the inside. Errol Spence Jr. has to be aware that Shawn Porter is going to switch gears. I want the left. Let's hope the ref let them fight. Let's hope the ref let them fight. Okay? This is all we want to see. We want a war. So that should be a key to anybody letting this shit go. PBC ratings has been down. And Al Heyman need to call that referee personally and say, yo, let these motherfuckers get it in. I don't have a beef lock, dog. Do you? I noticed that Spence doesn't start out fast in his fights. Brook was dominating him for the first 6 rounds. Shit. Yeah, for sure. Even Michael Garcia had some 50-50 rounds. Shawn could take those rounds. And Shawn Porter get out quick. Shawn Porter gets in. He's I expect such an amped pace on this fight by Shawn Porter. I expect Shawn Porter to be on 0 to 100 from the bell. From the bell on. Real talk. Every round. For the most part. I do expect Shawn Porter to mix it up. He's going to take some aggression. And then, if he gets ahead, if Shawn Porter, keys to Shawn Porter victory, I'm going to mix him up. Shawn Porter victory, of course, get inside. But Shawn Porter victory, in my opinion, for the get ahead early on, first 6 rounds. Make it brutal. Get in them. Get it tough. Work the body relentlessly. Work the body. Shawn Porter need to get off to a very, very fast start. Okay? And that means bring it to him every way, shape, or form. Every way. A fast start. Then, hopefully if he's ahead on the scorecards, or they call this joint real close, he pace, wait for Spence to come to him, and try to counter. Since he has improved quite a bit in his counter punching. Because Spence eventually going to want to come forward. Because Spence is a front foot dominant fighter. Spence wants to impose his will on his fighters. So Spence is going to want to come forward eventually and try to impose his will on Shawn Porter. That's going to work into Shawn Porter's hands. Okay? When Spence does that, that will open up Spence for counter punching from Shawn Porter that he improved, and some of the counter punching that he showed during the Ugas fight. Real talk. Yeah, it wasn't no, I didn't have no beef. What was in the past is in the past, man. This is a new live. If you're bringing the same BS to this live, then I guess it's a beef. If you keep the same stuff, but it's a new live, baby. So, Shawn Porter will get on the inside. I don't think it's going to be that hard. Because I think Spence in his mind has kind of psyched himself out with this dirty fighter, this headbutt, and this cut shit. He's done said this shit so much that he done put that shit in his own subconscious. So when Shawn Porter looks to get inside, Spence is going to, in my opinion, going to ball up. In my opinion, when Shawn Porter gets aggressive, like he does that shit and get inside, Spence will ball up. Because in fear of a cut. That's going to hurt Spence. He's going to smother Spence. I see it all the way. And I do see times where he's going to try to confuse Spence and step off and play back a little bit to get a read and to get some counter punching in. I do think he's going to do that, but I only think that's going to be, say, 25, 30% of his tactic. 70% of his tactic is digging that motherfucker's chest. Who has the mental edge, Porter or Spence? That very good question. I think Porter he has the mental edge because of the competition he's faced, of his steel iron chin, and just his belief. And I think Errol Spence, why he think he may have the edge, because of he's Errol Spence Jr. Because of the hype train, Boogeyman, and all that shit. I know I enjoyed the PBC joint where old girl said, yo, if you couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia, how do you think you're going to knock out, if you couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia, why do you think you can knock out Shawn Porter? I died laughing because she asked the question, the golden question that stuck Errol Spence. And did you see Errol Spence's face? Was like, Errol Spence got stumbled like fuck with that question. And I appreciate you, sis, pretty lady, for asking that very, very, very good question. If you couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia, why do you think you can knock out Shawn Porter? Did you see Errol Spence Jr.'s face after she asked that question? His face was like, he was a deer in the headlights. And he was stuttering. in answering that question. She made him look like a complete fool. And thank you, sister, for that. And it was easier you do that because he can't come at you with no aggression because of, oh, why you talk to a woman like that? That BS. And I think if Shawn Porter asks you to ask him that question, that shit was golden. That shit was golden. Who saw her ask that question? Porter's short of options if he loses. I think we'll see his best. Short of options? What are you talking about? How is he short of options? Explain. Simon Woolley, how you doing, brother? Look, man, Spence doesn't like fighting on the back foot. Porter need pressure and land inside. No, exactly. And Porter going to get inside. And I think it's going to be easier for Porter to get inside than a lot of people think it is. Dude, I think Porter, look, when Spence started talking about dirty fighters shit, all this, putting this out there, Porter is in his head. When you saw, remember the Porter and Mikey Garcia fight? And Barbershop Conversations asked Errol Spence Jr., who did he want to win the fight? It's like, I like to see Mikey Garcia win. Porter, when Porter fight, he wanted to do anything when he get in a fight. You know what I mean? All that. You know what I'm saying? I just think, Mikey Garcia, I like to see him win, and I think it'd be a better fight between me and Mikey Garcia. He ain't won to fight Shawn Porter since the Mikey Garcia. That was his words. He said it. He said, Porter, he willing to do anything in a fight. You know what I mean? Headbutt, elbows, and all that. You know what I mean? I don't like his style. I don't like his style. That let me know he sound like a gump. He sound like a straight gump to me. He is SSB. K. Diddy or Derrick James? K. Diddy. K. Daddy. Okay. Who has the edge? Porter. I've said many, many times before, father-son combinations are hard to beat. When Porter steps into that ring, he's not just fighting for him. Porter, with his father in that corner, is fighting to please his father as well. Do you understand this? That's how Mayweather fought. That's how Cotto fought. That's how Mosley fought. That's how Roy Jones Jr. fought. Porter is fighting not just for himself, but he also fighting for his father. That is in his mind. I want to make my father proud. Dude. That's why you don't see Shawn Porter get dropped. That's why you see him fighting like a motherfucker possessed. And granted, respect to Errol Spence, his father, who had his father, and his father is heavily involved in his boxing career. He's fighting for the same thing. You feel me? He's fighting for the same thing. But it's a different thing after you lost a round and I can imagine to a degree, because when I was in the gym and everything, and I had to hear my uncle in my motherfucking ear, the motherfucker you doing? Move around. That shit, I moved. If a motherfucker got the best of me, just sparring and playing around in the gym, we got the gloves on, and I gotta go, and I know that I got hit too much. What's up, Toby Bartlett? I didn't want to go back and look at my uncle in that corner. I didn't want to go back and look at him and see his disappointment. Like, what the fuck you doing? And it sharpened me up and made me want to go out to not only win for myself, but to make my uncle proud. That's what you see when you see Shawn Porter fight, people. So, with that being said, and I'm sure that's the case for Errol Spence Jr., although his father is not the man he got to go look at in that corner. That is a different dynamic. Sub Skrilla, what's up, baby? Loma, exactly. Kawasaki, right? Father-son combinations are the best. Just look at the names, and it's easy. It ain't hard to tell, baby. It's not hard to tell. And besides this Kell Brook fight, real talk, besides this Kell Brook fight, I don't see no fight. I don't know of any other fight that Shawn Porter lost to that was like decisive, that it was like clear cut. When he fought Keith Thurman nedged him. I gave it to Thurman, but he nedged him. It was close. Whoever else, who did Shawn Porter lose after also lose? Well, that was it. Kell Brook and Keith Thurman. So Shawn Porter's only lost to champions. And if you're going to lose, you lost to a champion. You didn't get knocked out. You didn't get dropped. The motherfucker who did drop you, you beat, was Adrian Broner. Bro, Shawn Porter's coming with all the confidence in the world. So is Errol Spence Jr. This makes for a fight of the year. Because Shawn Porter knows he has to bring it to Errol Spence Jr. Because I do not believe he has to bring it to him all the way. If it's a close fight, they're going to give it to Errol, in my opinion. If it's close, I think they're going to give it to Errol. So Shawn Porter got to fight for his life. So what your man said, options is short, I agree with you. This could be a fight. This is definitely fight of the year potential of all the fights this year. You got Maurice Hooker, who I've always kept at the top. Maurice Hooker, yes. Now I've been running my mouth, but yeah. Thurman fight was real close. And it was a hell of a fight, though. That was the fight of the year that year. Man, Shawn Porter, besides the Ugas shit, he gives you great fights. Yeah, I excel and prevail. For some people, yeah. Some people thought that. Because it was some boos. It was some boos. But I just remember that fight. It was a lot of screaming fans because they gave it a wonderfully exciting fight. I don't think we're going to waste your money for Lance 220. P220, I don't think you're going to waste your money, baby. I think this is going to be a good fight. Because I think Shawn Porter is going to make it a great fight. And this is going to be the toughest fight of Errol Spence's career. Because I seriously, sincerely believe he was not fighting, and it's not shade, but he was not fighting 100% mental Kell Brook when he fought Kell Brook. He was not fighting a Kell Brook. 100% peak confidence when he fought. He just came off a loss. It's almost impossible if you understand how the mind works. Spence too strong for Porter to roughhouse? I doubt that. I don't think so. I think Porter can roughhouse him easily. Not easily, but Porter can roughhouse him. Me too, baby. And you know what? I would love it if Bud somehow got his ass in that ring. I don't say he was damaged goods. He was not fighting at his peak confidence because it was just off of a loss. I don't like that word damaged goods. I don't like that. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying, 28. I get what you're saying. I think he should have had a couple of good fights in between that to get his confidence rolling again, and then fought Errol Spence. But they made Errol Spence mandatory. So, what up, Victor Penn? We having a good night of boxing. What up, baby? I hope to see Bud ringside for real. What's up, champ? Nice to see you. But hey, let me step from this. Do you think Spence blowing up in weights between fights will affect him? I think it always affects a fighter. Yeah, absolutely. It eventually affects your stamina. It affects your stamina in a fight. Hey y'all, let me go ahead. Let me shift gears real quick and talk about why Deontay Wilder is not a great athlete. And let me give you pure logic. And let me tell you, not just Deontay Wilder, a lot of athletes. Okay? Everybody said, well, I was watching my boy YB. He's like, Deontay Wilder's such an athlete. He's this and that. And I'm like, no, he's not. He really isn't an athlete. Okay? We need to understand great athletes are usually always the most dominant people on the field, on the court, even if it's in tennis, all the time. You can tell they're dominant athletes. You can tell they're supremely athletic for whatever it is. And first of all, let me let you know, how do you recognize a person that is not just an athlete, but a superior athlete? It's body coordination. Superior coordination. It seems to be innate or a natural ability. Yeah, no doubt, Suleiman. Superior coordination. Hand and eye coordination. Feet coordination. Mind-leg coordination. However that works. You know what I'm saying? They have superior coordination with their limbs and their eyes and their mind. Okay? Andre Agassi is a better athlete than Deontay Wilder. Coordination. Control, yes, but coordination. Hand and eye coordination, which all this starts in the mind, but it's happened in such a millisecond that the thought process we take for granted. But it's hand and eye coordination. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when that punch, you want that punch to go, it goes. When you want to hit, you hit. Precisely. Deontay Wilder does not have great coordination. Kata Riches, how are you, beautiful? Deontay Wilder does not have great coordination. Let me let you know dominant athletes. Dominant athletes was great. Dominant athletes in whatever sport they did. Deontay Wilder said out of his mouth that he was a basketball player. If Deontay Wilder was a great athlete, or even a good athlete, we would know that by seeing some snippets or being shared with us some idea of how much of an athlete he was with his basketball career. We've seen none of that. Deontay Wilder was not all-state basketball. Deontay Wilder, as a basketball player, didn't even reach the next level. And that being junior college. So if you have an athlete that can't even, we don't even know if he was a starter in high school. We don't know none of this. Dominant athletes usually shine, and not just in one sport, oftentimes in two sports. And down in the South, you know how they do. They play both ways. They play football and basketball, dominating. Real good athletes. Deontay Wilder was none of this. So if you're not a great athlete even in basketball, which is what your heart and soul was in probably as a child coming up, that does not necessarily transfer to boxing. It definitely doesn't. Because in basketball, you have to have very, very good hand and eye coordination. The dribbling is just coordination on its own. Anticipation. Dribbling is anticipation. Dribbling is control. Alley-oops, control. Alley-oops, hand and eye coordination. Eyes. See where the ball at. Hands, got to be there. Boom. Flush it. I met a lot of basketball players that got hands. But one thing basketball players are is they're long and they're lanky. And you don't want to get hit by one. I was a basketball player. I played in high school. High school. But my beginnings was boxing and swimming. But I played football and basketball in high school. So if you're not dominant in one sport, you go to another sport. Deontay Wilder shows in boxing, he's not a great athlete. Or he wouldn't throw Deontay Wilder throws a lot of the slapping punches. When you see Deontay Wilder do that shit, when he hurt a fighter, and he just go waving in, looking all wild and shit, that is an uncoordinated fighter. Do you recognize that? Do you understand that? That is a fighter who's uncoordinated and lack control. And Deontay Wilder has broke his hand 5 times. Supposedly, right? Something like that. That is a fighter who cannot throw a correct punch efficiently without breaking his fucking hand. Yes, he windmills all the time. You know why? You know who do that? Women in a cat fight. Okay? Deontay Wilder is not coordinated at all. And then Deontay Wilder also always saying, you cannot be how can you be a dominant athlete in basketball and football when you don't like to run? Haven't we heard Deontay Wilder saying they don't do much running? Because he got stilts for legs. Deontay Wilder has stilts for legs. He's skinny. He looked like a caricature of a bulky motherfucker on top standing on fucking pelican legs. Those legs aren't athletic. He could dunk, yes, because he's 6'5". He's only, when he raises his hands, he's only 2 feet from the rim. All he needs is a 25-inch vertical. And I saw that shit when he was dribbling and he could barely handle the ball. He's not coordinated. All superior athletes have great coordination. Allen Iverson, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, 2-sport athletes. Roy Jones Jr. was a superior athlete. Remember when Roy Jones Jr. played the semi-pro basketball game in the day, flew in to motherfucking Vegas or wherever he was and fought a professional boxing match? Excuse me. In the same goddamn day? Roy Jones played a semi-pro basketball league and then went and played for his boxing match, his title match, title defense at the evening. That is an athlete, people. Do you understand? Roy Jones, superior athlete. Roy Jones, superior coordination. That's how he could do the things that he was doing. Mayweather, hell of an athlete. Okay? Even Gerald Washington. Y'all fuckers is funny. I don't know about Gerald Washington. But Deontay Wilder is not a great athlete. He was given, he went in boxing off desperation, The guy saw the hype in a downtrodden time in the heavyweight division and said, yo, we could work with you. He's long, he has reach. We can build up the power, at least in one hand, when he landed. Teach him how to throw a pretty decent right hand with the length and the leverage. He would knock people out. Bums, but he would knock people out. And that's what they've given him. If Wilder was such a superior athlete, or even a good athlete, Wilder would be able to show us better punch selection. A great athlete, it would be fluent for him to throw a left hand. He would be able to pick it up like that because of his natural body coordination. A great athlete ain't nothing throwing a jab. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing popping that shit out there. Boom, boom. Great coordination because he got it. Boom, ain't nothing. Boom. That should be easy for Wilder, but that's hard for Wilder to do with fluidity because he doesn't have great natural coordination. And it's not knock on Wilder. Wilder has done the best with a lot less than a lot of other fighters. His height helps him. His length helps him. But not his coordination. The fear factor helps him because of what he strung together, what they put together for him. But he does not have great coordination. That's why, have you ever seen Wilder throw a good uppercut? I seen him give that Spilker that shit when he was kicking his legs up and shit. But that was for show. Those punches there knocked Spilker down. You feel what I'm saying? So Wilder does not have great coordination with his limbs. Hand and eye coordination or none of that. We ain't gonna go there, P2222. You being dirty. I'm not talking about that. I'm not. You being dirty. Okay? So we need to understand. And with that being said, to be all fair and honesty, you can have fighters that are not gifted with natural, extraordinary coordination or natural athletes, but they make it up with their work ethic. They make that up with their work ethic, repetition, and dedication to perfecting whatever it is, weaknesses that they have in their game. We don't see that with Wilder. Even he's admitted to that. So, I'm not turning this into a shit on Wilder campaign. I'm trying to help y'all understand because a lot of channels be saying Wilder's a great athlete. Excuse me, pardon me, people. Wilder's great this and great that. Wilder is not a great athlete. And it's very evident in the way he fights. It's very evident Wilder's not a great athlete. He throws windmill punches out of control. Tyson Fury is a better athlete than Deontay Wilder. And if you doubt that, you got issues. You can see it in the way they fight. Tyson Fury is a much better athlete or have much better coordination, body control, all of that than Deontay Wilder does. No. Dylan White's not a great athlete. Dylan White, he walks on the side of his freaking heels. I mean, Dylan White looked like he in a boxing ring and he's standing on his freaking ankles. Him and Chisore's David Hay. I've been looking at their feet. I'm like, these guys are flat-footed. And flat-footed don't mean you're not athletic, because flat-foot cats can, I'm slightly flat-footed. Flat-footed cats seem to have, and bow-legged cats seem to have spring, seem to do all right. But they need to learn how, definitely if you're flat-footed and you're a runner, you got to learn to run on the balls of your feet. So it takes repetition. I run on the balls of my feet which helps my acceleration and everything for me being flat-footed. Because when you're flat-footed and you're running, you're when you get older, as time goes on, you feel that shock going up your leg and then your foot, and that can cause damages if you're flat-footed and you don't learn how to run on the balls of your feet. For those who run and are slightly flat-footed will understand what I'm saying. You'll start having issues right in your area of where your arch is supposed to be at. You'll start having foot pains. I'm speaking from experience. So you have to learn how to run on the balls on your feet. You got to learn how to stay on your toes. And I walk on my toes and on the balls of my feet, which is why I can, I used to be able to catch an alley-oop with one hand and put it down. I can't do it no more though. It works on your footwork big time. Yeah, White's footwork is dead. He always, that fight against John, his feet look like they're always rolling over. This shit look crazy, like he's on rollerblades on his freaking ankles. It looks silly. But I don't think White is a very great naturally born athlete. But neither is Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Wilder didn't excel at basketball, which was his first love. If he was, he would have excelled. If he was a good athlete, they'd have pushed, fuck out his grades. If he was just able to do as good as a D+, Wilder would have got pushed up to junior college and D1. He wasn't. He wasn't even an all-state in his city. So that's proof that Wilder is not a great athlete. So what I say this for, if you want to call him a great athlete, then you bring him into boxing. And if he wasn't a great athlete in basketball, then you bring him into boxing and then want to call him this great athlete, then you're denigrating the athletes in boxing today. Does that make sense? I hope it does. You don't bring this guy who's not a great athlete to begin with. Bring him in boxing and then start calling him this great athlete, because that's denigrating the fighters in the sport today. And he don't look nowhere near sharp and athletic as many of these fighters we see every day with great coordination. Okay? So that's all I have to say about that. That's right. That's right. It's poor feet. White don't have good feet. You know what I'm saying? And that's, again, that's something if you're not given that, born with that naturally, then you must work on that through repetition. We learn 3 ways: repetition, sight, pain. Under the pain umbrella, humility, humiliation, and embarrassment is all connected with the pain. We learn 3 ways, basically. Okay? Pain, sight, repetition, practice. And Wilder has admitted that he didn't practice much. He didn't do all that. So he ain't gained much. You know what I mean? That's why he don't look like an athlete much in there. True indeed. He ain't even successful in that, to be honest. He do that. What I say for real, what I say, I'm powerful man. I'm a powerful man. What I say, oh, believe it. Oh, believe it. It comes to pass. It comes to pass. What I say, believe. It comes true. I don't know when it's going to come, but it's going to come, baby. Fucking loud. That guy. Respect to him, though. You know what I mean? And to do what he's that... oh, it's going to come to pass. I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. But that's all I had to say about this thing about... Stop calling these certain particular people great athletes. He's a champion, so he's an athlete. Can't take that from him. But a great, an exceptional, an extraordinary athlete, he is not. You know what I'm saying? You told Harpo to beat me. Who y'all talking about? Harpo? You mean Oprah? I ain't tell Oprah to beat you, man. That's what you talking about, Harpo? Oprah? Oh, Heyman. You said Harpo. I thought you said meant Oprah. Oprah ain't beating nobody. Well, Oprah beating a lot of men with them damn her words. Oprah's beating men like shit on her stand up. But again, let me sum this all up. Shawn Porter is going to get inside. Top 3. Shawn Porter get inside, which I don't believe is going to be. Usyk got great footwork. You know what I'm saying? And Porter beat him. And Porter got great footwork. Porter is building. Porter is gaining his natural coordination with his punches. That's why Porter doesn't have great boxing coordination. Early on in his career, he did not. Shawn Porter did not have great boxing coordination at all. But you see him improving that when him start develop counter punching and all that. What you saw against Ugas. And later in fights. That's what I said. Porter had horrible coordination, honestly, after watching this fight with him. And Porter smothered a lot of his own punches. He does all that. He did not know how to control his distance. And depending on how well he does that against Errol Spence will depend on how well he does versus Errol Spence. Because if he doesn't get on the inside, Errol Spence is going to kill him in the mid-range. Errol Spence is going to fight a lot like, I would say, Joshua. Joshua don't like to fight. We ain't seen fight Joshua totally complete on the inside yet. We seen bits and pieces, but he has to develop that. But Errol Spence, we haven't seen him fight on the inside. If Porter gets on the inside, I give Porter an advantage because he loves it there. That's his wonderful threshold. But if it's either Porter maybe mid-range and in-range. If you're on the outside, he's going to get pieced up. If it's on the mid-range, he can maybe get some in. I'll take that back. On the mid-range, Porter has the shorter arms. He's going to get some work in there. So it's Porter from mid-range and in. If he's on the outside, he's going to get pieced up. Porter need to get mid-range and inside versus Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr., keys to this victory, keep Porter on the outside. I do not think Errol Spence can beat Porter in the inside game because that is where Porter going to thrive at. And that's where Porter wants to be at, in his chest. I don't piece all his fighters out of money. I can't tell, man, because they ain't leaving him. Porter is a good athlete, yes. Porter is a good athlete. And he has repetition and work ethic. And that's why you can see the improvement in him from fight to fight to fight. Because what he didn't get naturally as a boxer, he's gaining through repetition and work ethic. And his father's helping him get that. And that's why you got to get it. You know, I ain't seen that fight yet, and I want to see that Takam and Joshua fight. I need to go watch that. I just seen Joshua hauling ass, just wailing on Takam most of that fight. Loma and Usyk both done traditional dancing, power and balance. Yeah. We're going to see how well that shit works with them up in the heavyweight division. Yes, hit the like buttons, beautiful spirits. I appreciate it. We're doing the hardcore boxing, pure pugilism talk today. None of that extra bullshit. No comedy tonight. Well, they both make weight. Hell yeah. They both going to make weight, no problem. Yeah, that was because Porter, whatever, discrepancy, whatever. That's the only first time I recall that ever happening to Porter. I definitely know he's going to make weight and ready for this fight. That's without a doubt. I don't believe that's going to be that's a non-issue. And Spence going to make it too. See, I'm looking at Wilder versus Ortiz right now. This is not a fighter with good coordination. And you know what? Wilder's so wide leg. Wilder's so wide leg to always be in preparation to throw his right hand. Wilder can't dance like that. Wilder does not have the feet to dance like that in the ring. And Wilder has balance issues. Wilder has Deontay Wilder has serious balance issues. That's why he be swinging on wild and throwing wild punches, because he never has great balance, oftentimes. Now, has he gotten better with that? I'm pretty sure he has. Hopefully they're working on that. But Wilder's flat-footed too. Looking at his feet. If you look at Wilder's feet, watch Wilder's box. His foot is never really pointed forward. His feet is always to the side. He has two left feet. Wilder don't have good feet. Wilder, if you put pressure on Wilder, he's going to back up. All you got to do is put pressure on Wilder. He's going to back up. Wilder does not fight an inside game at all. He afraid of that shit. He's going to hold. And we're going to see if Spence going to do the same thing versus Shawn Porter. Oh my God, he ran to the other side of the ring. Anyway, Wilder, you think Devin Haney will get any big fight anytime soon? Yeah, too big. Porter in the Sway interview was awesome, bro. That was a great interview. Yeah, I saw that. I talked about in the last live Saturday that I deleted. My last live Saturday because I ended up getting high as hell and drunk. And I didn't forget the second half. That was a great interview, dude. That was an awesome interview. J.R. Ewing when he's fighting. Wilder don't have good legs. He doesn't have strong legs. And all athletes are going to have some strong legs. Dominant athletes. That's what I'm telling you. But anyway, back to Shawn Porter and Errol Spence Jr. I'm getting up out of here. I'm going hard, though, for every day of this week. And this great live tonight was just to go ahead and shoot it off. "28, you silly." Yeah, when he throwing those wind makers, yeah, he fight like a hood. He's definitely looking like Deontay Powder, not Deontay Wilder. But I'm out of here, beautiful spirits. Hit the like button. Salute to all of you in the place. I appreciate you. I'm about to go get me some good ass waffles and bananas and some turkey sausage. I'm about to smash before I go to bed. Peace to all of y'all. And I'm watching these fights to get caught up. I gotta watch two more fights tonight. And I'm gonna watch the Errol Spence and Kell Brook fight again right now to do more research and look at this thing. And I'm coming with better analysis later on, definitely leading up to the joint. Peace to all of y'all. Y'all know it's from the heart. One love, pure pugilism, Myron Magnus, Boxing Logics United. I'm out. Salute. Have a wonderful day. And before I let you go, everybody in your family, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. No day promise. And I'm not talking about this because God wake us all up in the morning. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about anything can happen. Don't let petty beefs within family and great friends last any longer than they have to. Because it's wasted energy. Even if you know you're you're right in a situation, say, hey, I love you too much to let this petty shit stand between us. All right? We agree to disagree. I love you. Let's go on with our life. Let's go on being friends. Whatever. And probably that person gonna come up and say, you know what, yeah, I was being an asshole. I heard what you're saying. They might not say you was right, but they'll say things like this, yeah, I heard what you were saying. If they said, I heard what you were saying, that means you had a good point. You know what I'm saying? You only got one family, man. If they say, I heard what you were saying, and you made a point, that's basically them saying you were right without letting go of their petty pride and ego. So if you got to do that, then do that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you matured or showed or grew better out of the situation because you was able to get emotional intelligence and say, look, this shit is petty. All right? It's not worth it. Hey, man, I love you. Do that with all your family members, distance and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And do it with all your good friends. And hold it down because you don't want some shit to happen. Anything can happen. And like, damn, there were some things that you didn't get the opportunity to say because of both of you holding on to bullshit ego and pride. This is for men, women, men. I'm out. One love. See you tomorrow for sure. Peace.